name is Corina Salen, and today I will show you how to grow amazing onions. I have grown onions for well over a decade, and a lot of my friends ask me, how do you grow such beautiful, gorgeous onions? And so today I'll show you a way to do it that will revolutionize the way you have grown your onions. Now, you don't need a huge garden like I have here in my beautiful 5-acre homestead. You can grow onions on your porch in your apartment. You can have a small little tiny space in a small garden and grow gorgeous onions. So I'm going to show you a couple of tricks that will really work for you. Now, I grow a lot of onions in my garden because I cook with them every single day. And I have enough stored for all year. Now, I start my onions from seeds. And I tend to get my seeds from Territorial Seeds because they are local to my area. The reason I start my own seeds is because it is cheaper that way. Instead of buying bulbs or starts at the store, I can just grow my own. I also have more control over the varieties I want to grow. I love Walla Walla and Copra and some specialty onions that I would never be able to buy at the store otherwise. It also really makes them healthier because I have the control over how I grow them, how I feed them, how I nurture them. And you know, the other reason I do it is because I love watching those little onions come up and nurture them. So that's why I do it. You want to start your onion seedlings 10 to 12 weeks before your last frost date. Onions like cool weather. So for me, that is the middle of February. So I plant onions on Valentine's Day. How romantic is that, huh? Generally, onions grow their tops when the weather is cool, and they grow their bulbs when the weather warms up. One of my secrets to growing awesome onions is to grow them in pots like this. And they are referred to as 4x4x4 pots, although they are not really measured 4x4x4, but it's that size. Now look at these ones. They're totally beaten up, right? Because you know what? I used those pots probably for 10 years, but I keep recycling them. One thing about recycling pots, what you want to do is you want to make sure they're clean. So what I did before I'm planting now, what I did was I put them in a sink full of bleach water, just to bleach any kind of diseases that there might be in there, you know, bacteria, anything like that. They're all clean. They're terribly ugly, but who cares? The onions are going to be happy. Now we're going to plant our seeds into seed starting mix, not garden soil. The reason we're going to do that is because the seed starting mix is nice and light. It's not heavy like garden soil. Garden soil might also have disease organisms in it that will mess with the germination rate and dampening off and things like that. So you want to have seed starting mix organic, because I do everything organically. You can buy it or you can make your own. There are many recipes out there to make your own. Usually they contain vermiculite or perlite, some sphagnum moss, different ingredients like that that are really, really light so that the roots can penetrate down really easily. The way I do it with these pots that I told you about, can you just see how those roots would grow beautiful, nice and long? So by the time these babies are going to be ready to be transplanted, and I'm going to show this all to you step by step, by the time they're ready to be transplanted, their roots are going to be gorgeous and beautiful and grow awesome onions. Let's get started. I'm going to start filling these pots with seedling mix. You fill them about that high. We're going to start with Walla Wallas. Do you know how amazing they are in Greek salads? I love them. They're so sweet. So anyway, here we go. Put the seeds in your hand carefully so they don't all fall out. Sometimes they don't want to come out very good. There's really not that many in one packet. So here's what you're going to do. See that? Go take a few of them and just lightly sprinkle them in. So keep 20 to 30 little seeds in a pot. Now we're gonna cover our little babies with soil. Not soil, seedling mix. So all I do now, look at how little I use. I just sprinkle some on, tap it down. Sprinkle some on, tap it down. Not very much because they don't want to be buried too deeply. Sprinkle some on, tap it down. Repeat. Before we're gonna water these guys, we're gonna cut some labels so we know what they are, so we don't mix up our cobras and our Walla Wallas. You know what? I'm thrifty. I don't like to spend money if I don't have to, so I'm making labels out of yogurt containers. Very fancy. So I cut them like this, and we're gonna write down what are they. They're Wallas. Voila. There we go. By the way, if you are wondering why I'm wearing only a blouse in the middle of February, it's because we have an unseasonably warm winter. Yay! Next, copra. Great storage onion. As I said, I grew so many onions last year that we are still having boxes and boxes of them, and they're still beautiful, firm, crisp, awesome. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing with copras, and then half copras and half leeks on this side. Next step, water them in. Just give them a nice covering of water, a gentle spray, so you don't dislodge and dislocate the seeds. Now it's time to get those little guys warm. Some people put them in a greenhouse and they put bottom heat on them because they need heat to germinate. The soil temperature needs to be at least between 68 and 75 degrees for them to germinate well. I don't like to invest in a bottom heat contraption, so I put them in front of the wood stove. I've always done this and it's worked great. What I like to do is I like to put some kind of a plastic thing on them so that the moisture stays in well, so they don't dry out too fast. If I don't have these things, I just use plastic wrap. You know, like sandwich, where you wrap sandwiches in. Works just fine. Tuck them in. We keep our house really warm, so this is gonna work great, and I'll show you step by step how they'll grow. In the next few months, I'm going to make a bunch of small little short videos on how to do exactly everything with growing onions, and I'm going to impart all my revolutionary tips and tricks to really get you a killer harvest. So if you want to sign up on my website to receive those emails, go ahead and go to marblemoundhomestead.com, all one word, marblemoundhomestead.com, and just give me your email on the little sign up form there. Glad you joined us today. Thanks. Bye.